Before you drop serious cash on an AV receiver for your Klipsch Reference speakers, there's one thing no product page will tell you. Most budget models can't actually handle the high sensitivity of Klipsch horns. That means you're paying for volume, not clarity. Let's fix that.
Product number 1, Sony STRDH590. The Sony STRDH590 is a solid mid-range 5.2 channel receiver that caught my eye with its clean Sony build and 4K HDR pass-through. At around $500, it sits right in the sweet spot for home theater enthusiasts who want reliable performance without going overboard. If you want a trusted brand that delivers balanced sound and easy setup for your Klipsch setup, this is worth a serious look. Here's why this matters for you specifically. Klipsch Reference speakers are highly sensitive, meaning they don't need a ton of power to get loud. The STRDH590 delivers 100 watts per channel, which is more than enough to drive Klipsch towers or bookshelves without distortion. It supports Bluetooth streaming, has multiple HDMI inputs, and even includes a phono input for turntables, great if you're into vinyl. Plus, it passes through 4K HDR content, so your movies look sharp while your audio stays crisp. Now, some people complained about the interface feeling a bit dated and the lack of support for newer formats like Dolby Atmos. Here's the thing though, if you're not chasing immersive 3D audio and just want great stereo or 5.1 surround for movies and music, that won't matter much. This soundstage is wide and detailed, especially with Klipsch natural brightness. This is perfect for you if you want a no-fuss, reliable receiver from a trusted brand that plays nice with high-efficiency speakers. Skip this one if you're building a full Dolby Atmos system or want Wi-Fi streaming. For the price, it's a strong value.
Product number 2, PFA 540BT 100-watt amplifier. If Sony's lack of Atmos support bothered you, this next one takes a completely different approach, but with a big trade-off. The PFA 540BT is a $100 wireless Bluetooth amplifier that promises 100 watts per channel and 5-channel surround sound. On paper, it sounds like a steal, but here's the reality. This isn't a true AV receiver. It lacks HDMI ARC, has no support for modern audio codecs like Dolby Digital, and the 100-watt claim is misleading. It's peak power, not continuous. If you want a cheap way to add basic surround sound to a secondary room with Klipsch satellites, maybe, but for your main theater, not ideal. The ultra-low price means corners were cut, cheap capacitors, minimal shielding, and weak amplification that can't properly drive Klipsch's dynamic range without clipping. Some buyers reported overheating and poor Bluetooth range. Here's the thing though, if you're on a tight budget and just need background audio for a garage or basement setup, it might work, but for critical listening or movie nights, skip it. This is perfect for you if you need ultra-affordable audio for a non-critical space. Skip this one if you care about sound quality, HDMI connectivity, or long-term reliability. You get what you pay for.
Product number 3, 5.1 audio amplifier, no Dolby-DTS. But the next one on my list might actually be better for entry-level home theaters. Just don't expect premium features. This unnamed 5.1 channel amplifier runs about $270 and supports HDMI, optical, coaxial, and Bluetooth. It has subwoofer output and multiple inputs, which is great for connecting a TV, game console, and turntable. But here's the catch. It doesn't support Dolby Digital or DTS decoding. That means you lose surround sound from Blu-rays, streaming apps, and games, unless your source device does the decoding. For Klipsch speakers, which thrive on clean decoded audio, that's a problem. The amp itself puts out decent power, but without proper surround processing, you're stuck with stereo or basic 5.1 via analog inputs. Some users reported fuzzy menus and flimsy remotes. Here's the thing though, if you're using a modern streaming box or gaming console that handles audio decoding internally, you can still get 5.1 via analog or optical. It's a workaround, not a solution. This is perfect for you if you already have a device that decodes audio and just need amplification. Skip this one if you want true plug-and-play surround sound from your TV or Blu-ray player. It's okay for the price, but not future-proof.
Product number 4, Sabati 8K AV receiver. If the last one's lack of Dolby support frustrated you, this next one steps it up, but not without quirks. The Sabati 5.1 channel receiver costs around $260 and boasts 8K HDMI pass-through with HDR10 Plus and HDCP 2.3. That's impressive for the price, especially if you have a PS5 or 8K TV. It also includes Bluetooth, USB, and optical inputs, giving you plenty of connectivity.
For Klipsch speakers, the clean signal pass-through helps preserve their natural clarity. However, it still lacks Dolby and DTS decoding, same issue as the previous model. You'll need an external decoder or rely on your source device. Some buyers mention the remote feels cheap and the interface is clunky. Here's the thing though, if you're using a modern streaming device or gaming console that handles audio decoding, this becomes a great budget-friendly hub for video and basic audio. The 8K support is future-proofing you won't find elsewhere under $300. This is perfect for you if you want 8K video switching and don't mind handling audio decoding externally. Skip this one if you want full surround sound without extra gear. It's a solid value if you know the limitations.
Product number 5, Onkyo TX-RZ70. If you're serious about your Klipsch Reference system and want zero compromises, the Onkyo TX-RZ70 is in a league of its own. At $2,300, it's not cheap, but it delivers 140 watts per channel, full Dolby Atmos and DTS-X support, Dirac Live room correction out of the box, and even works with Sonos. This is what you buy when you want your Klipsch speakers to perform at their absolute peak. The room correction alone makes a massive difference, balancing out your space so highs aren't too harsh and bass isn't muddy. It supports 11.2 channels, so you can build a full immersive setup with height speakers. Some users say it runs warm and the app could be smoother. Here's the thing though, for a reference-level system, these are minor quirks in an otherwise flawless performer. This is perfect for you if you've invested in high-end Klipsch speakers and want an amplifier that matches their capability. Skip this one if you're on a budget or don't need Atmos. It's expensive, but for true audiophiles, it's worth every penny.
So which one's right for you? The Sony STRDH590 for balanced performance, the PFA540BT only for ultra-budget secondary rooms, the Sabati if you want 8K on a budget, or the Onkyo TX-RZ70 if you're going all in. Skip the generic 5.1 amps unless you're okay with workarounds. Your Klipsch speakers deserve better.